Hey there, this is your skincare and makeup mama, Whitney Wimhoff, also a Pink Cadillac director with Mary Kay, and I'm excited for this episode of Product Geek. We're going to be talking about our 3D TimeWise Anti-Aging Liquid Foundation. So first, before I jump into all of my product geek stuff, I always get the question of what colors I am wearing in my videos. So I'm just going to start out with that so I don't forget and then have to answer 1,000 questions. Okay, so on my eyes, I wrote this down, marked it on the book so that I could remember this morning when I did my makeup, which was quite a few hours ago because I did my makeup at like 6 a.m. and it's almost 4 o'clock now. So, okay, I put on Shiny Penny eyeshadow on the base of my eye, and then I put our Cinnabar in just like the crease right there, and then I put a little bit of the Gold Status on the inner corners, and then I put some Crystalline as the highlighter up on top, and then just kind of lined the top of my eyes with the mahogany like color instead of a eyeliner, but I did use the brown eyeliner on my like lower lashes. And then for cheek, I did Juicy Peach cheek color. I did a little bit of the glazed highlighter, and then on my lips I have Appleberry and Pink Wink, which are like my go-to. It's what I carry around with me all the time because I'm really loving those colors right now. So there we go. That is out of the way. Okay, so we are going to talk about this foundation, and I love it because Mary Kay is so great at providing us with so much knowledge on all of our products. Like they include like a fact sheet and ingredient list for every single product that we make so that we have them as consultants to be able to inform our clients and then learn more about them ourselves. And so I love to just like take those fact sheets and the ingredients and just dissect them and research each ingredient like individually and learn more about how they work and what they do, just because I geek out about that kind of stuff. I'm the girl that like reads the back of my shampoo while I'm washing my hair because I just like to remember all the things that it's doing for my hair. I don't know. It's just, I know, I'm a geek. It's fun for me. I think it's cool. I don't know. All right. So today's episode is going to be about the liquid foundation. And the cool thing about these foundations is that they have been optimized to provide like one of the most broadest ranges of shades for any company. So they all include our TimeWise 3D age minimizing complex that's in our 3D skincare line. And that has like encapsulated resveratrol in it. It has a dual benefit B3 vitamin. It has age-defying peptides, lots of other great, amazing benefits. I'm not going to go into depth about this because that's a different video, but this is the 3D skincare. So this is the cleanser, the day cream, the night cream, and then the eye cream. They all have that patented 3D TimeWise Anti-Aging Complex. So Mary Kay actually has about 1,500 patents in all of our products. And so our dermatologists and our scientists are actually from all over the world, and they specialize in creating and like discovering ingredients that no one else has discovered and patenting them and putting them in our skincare products. So, but this 3D complex, I'm only pointing that out because it's inside this foundation. So I've always talked about how your foundation is actually part of for us anyway, it's part of our skincare line and not part of our cosmetic line because it's a protectant step. So I like to describe it as like your windshield. Like you most likely would not want to drive down the road, down the interstate without a windshield for multiple reasons. One, there would be a lot of dust and bugs and all sorts of craziness flying into your car. You would not want to be in a car accident without a windshield. Like it's a protection barrier for you, protects you against, bird poop flying down from the sky, everything. Like it's protecting you against outside elements and protecting your life. So it's like having that windshield. So this is not really going to protect you against like a boulder flying off of the truck in front of you, but it's going to protect you against all the outside elements, because we talk a lot about when we refer to our skincare that only like 20% of your skin aging, like the aging effects, wrinkles, collagen breaking down, only 20% of that actually comes from getting older. The rest of it is outside elements. So dirt, pollutant, smoke, stress, your diet, like all kinds of things are affecting your age, affecting your skin and causing it to age faster. And so our foundation is protecting your skin against the outside elements, but now it's also correcting your skin with all of the peptides and the encapsulated resveratrol, B3, all the vitamins, everything that's in this complex. So I'll kind of break down for you quick what just those 3 things. There's a lot of other amazing, awesome ingredients, but those 3 things, why they're so powerful. So the encapsulated resveratrol provides triple antioxidant benefits. So it basically helps promote your skin to be more even and supports like your skin's natural collagen reproduction. It helps it to reduce faster. So if you think of it kind of like an extended release drug, like it's not just working right when you put it on, it continues to work throughout the day. So in our day cream, it's working throughout the day, and in our night cream, it's working throughout the night to heal and repair your skin. So in our foundation, you're getting an extra boost of that with the foundation. So it's helping to reproduce that collagen, because our collagen is like the little rubber bands under our skin that start to break down, and that's when we start to see the fine lines and eventually wrinkles. So B3 is the other main ingredient in here, and it works to prevent kind of like water loss. That helps to retain your skin's moisture content. So it also will increase like the keratin in your skin. And when it comes like to aging skin, it improves like the surface structure. So it helps rebuild that, and it helps to smooth it out so that you have a smoother texture to your skin, reduces the look of wrinkles, but then it also brightens your skin, which is another main benefit of vitamin B. And then the age-defying peptides. Peptides are they're chains of amino acids, and they're kind of like amino acids are like building blocks for like the protein in your skin. And so these chains are able to like penetrate like the top layer of your skin, and they go to work just kind of delivering like all of the anti-aging benefits. So it's kind of like the delivery system to your skin. And it helps to stimulate that collagen production and fight like the fine lines and wrinkles, because our skin naturally will produce peptides, but it doesn't produce it very quickly, and not quick enough for how fast our collagen can break down, especially with environmental factors. And so this is going to help to rebuild that collagen a lot quicker and just naturally apply those peptides to your skin. So with the foundation specifically, the company used our IntelliMatch technology, which is just a super fun phrase to say. Sounds so fancy. IntelliMatch technology. And they captured the skin tones of women like all across the world. It was like over 3,000 different women and their skin tones. And they basically like measured the pigment in their skin, like the pigment levels, and produced like from the results of that is how they came up with every single one of the shades that we have. And we're actually one of the only companies to have like a shade for the majority of all skin tones now, which is so fun. So the shades are going to be broken down into like 3 categories. So there's ivory, beige, and bronze. And so on here, so this shade, this is actually my shade, and it's ivory N160. So there is going to be different undertones. Your skin has, you have a skin tone, and then you have your undertone. And so the undertones are broken down into cool, warm, or neutral. So we have the ivory, beige, bronze, and then we have the cool, warm, neutral undertones. And then the number, so mine's 160, the number is the intensity of like the shade. So like the lightest shade I think is ivory 100. And so that's going to be like the lightest shade. And then the numbers continue to go up to give you like a deeper skin tone. And it helps you to really get the perfect match when you have a foundation that does both, that has like the undertones and the skin tone together, because it's possible to be wearing like a foundation that's the right shade for your skin tone, but it's not the right shade for your undertone. And that's when you tend to have more of like, you feel like, well, this is matching me, but I feel so washed out right now. Like, I just feel like Casper the Ghost. Or have you ever gone out and you're like, okay, well, this kind of matches, I think this works, and then you like are out with your friends and you're taking pictures and you're like, how come I'm the only one that's like literally glowing and not a good way? Like, I'm just like you hold up a piece of paper next to me and I disappear. Like, what is happening? So that was because your undertone was not correct in the foundation shade that you were wearing. So undertone is like that subtle muted shade that exists underneath your skin's surface, and your undertone never changes. It is the same forever. So that's the cool, warm, neutral, your undertone. Then you have your skin tone, which is going to be like either like a light, medium, or dark. People refer to it that way, or we refer to it as ivory, beige, or bronze. And so it's important to know like what the difference is, so that you can kind of dictate what you need. So a few methods, there's like lots of ideas out there, but a few methods I will teach you right now on how to decide whether you are a cool, warm, or a neutral undertone. So for a cool undertone, you tend to have more like pink-ish hues to you, kind of red maybe, sometimes a little bit of a blue tint, which I know kind of sounds weird, like, but when you see someone who has like a little of a blue tint to their skin, then it makes sense. But that would be kind of a cool undertone. If you tend to burn more easily when you're in the sun, because some people, like my sister, is definitely a cool undertone. She like she like burns and then goes back to white. Like, there's like no tanning happening there. Like, she can, like, I will do more of like, I burn sometimes, but then it turns into a tan most of the time. She just goes, from like red back to white. So, that's a cool undertone. Looks better sometimes in silver jewelry. Like, if you kind of tend to prefer silver on your skin tone, then you're probably more of a cool undertone. This is kind of an interesting one, but it works. So your veins, like if you look at your veins on like your wrists, you tend to have more of like green-ish veins when you have a cool undertone. And then another way I've seen people do it is if they hold up like a white piece of clothing, like bright white piece of clothing, or off-white, kind of like an ivory, maybe even like a tan neutral shade. And if you look more better in like the off-white tannish ivory than you do in like the bright white, then most likely you are a cool undertone. Warm undertone tend to have more of like a yellowish, kind of peachish, goldish kind of hue to their skin. They tan usually pretty easily, or they can kind of maybe burn a little bit and then tan. Veins tend to be more of like a blue or purplish, and they usually prefer like gold jewelry, or like they like bright, white, like they can wear like a white t-shirt and pull it off if they are a warm undertone. A neutral undertone is when you're like, I have no clue, I'm everything. Like, I am cool and I have warm traits. Or you don't really have either and you're like, I don't, this is so messed up, I don't understand. Am I rose gold then? Like, I don't, what's happening? Do I like wear gunmetal jewelry and did I never wear white or anything that resembles a light shade? I don't know what to do with myself. So that's a neutral, where you're kind of either neither or you're both. Your skin tone, like your undertone, might actually be the same shade as your skin tone, which is a possibility. Your veins might either actually, like, you don't see your veins at all, like they just blend right into your skin tone, or they're kind of a mixture of both. Like, there can be kind of greening, kind of blue, or whatever. Like, you're like, I'm looking at this and I see the rainbow and I don't, what do I do with that? So that you can maybe be neutral if that's the case. You look good in both white and like off-white, like clothing, like that's neutral. So bronze skin tones. So a lot of times people have like the assumption, well, if you're a really light skin tone, light ivory, then you must be cool because you're, I mean, you are like super light. You probably burn really easily. You're very fair skinned. So people assume like you're just automatically a cool skin tone. Or if you're bronze, they just assume like you're automatically a warm skin tone, that you can spend forever in the sun and you don't burn, which both accusations or both assumptions are absolutely false. So when you have like a bronze skin tone, all of those same things can apply that I just went over for the cools, warms, and neutrals. Some other things depending on your skin tone that can apply, like a bronze cool undertone. Sometimes if she sees a lot of red in her skin when she spends time out in the sun, maybe not as much pink but more like a red or a deep red, then she's usually cool undertone. Or if she stays the same color all year long, doesn't like the sun doesn't really affect her that much, she just stays the same color, she's probably cool undertone. A warm undertone is she maybe rarely burns, but she gets darker as soon as she she starts to burn a little bit, but then just her skin tone just deepens as she spends more time in the sun. That's usually a warm undertone. Or a neutral, she is like usually does burn, but then always gets tan afterwards. So warm is going to be like rarely burns, but can, and then neutral is she burns, but she usually always gets darker and afterwards. But a lot of the other same things can apply too, where it's like a neutral is kind of like, I feel like I'm both. Like I don't know how to decide if I'm cool or warm, then most likely you're going to be neutral. The best way though to really figure out is to be matched to a foundation. And that's what I love about in Mary Kay. We are all certified to be expert foundation matching technicians. So we are educated on how to match women to their skin tone and their undertone with foundation. And so that's like one of the things I love about having a personal beauty consultant is that you have someone there to match you and tell you what is your right shade, so that you don't have to wander the aisles at the makeup counter or store and figure out what is yours and which one matches you the best. And I know a lot of times like people were like, I went and they matched me at the store and like I got all matched and they and everything looked good, and then I left and I'm like, this is not my color. Because when you think about like, okay, I don't know what is happening in stores with the dressing rooms and why they put those horrible fluorescent lights in there. I'm like, if you want people to buy your clothes, you should probably put flattering lighting in here. I'm like, I don't want any of this. It fits, but it doesn't look good. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. So the lighting inside a store is not going to be the best for matching you. And so when we are trained, a lot of times what we will do is we will try to get as much natural lighting as we can, or we have actual makeup lighting that you would use that's closer to natural lighting to be able to match you to your correct foundation shade. The other thing is that, say for some reason you were to get the wrong foundation shade and it just didn't work out, everything Mary Kay is 100% satisfaction guarantee. So you are able to return and exchange it. Mary Kay backs up us, backs up the consultants, so that we are not ever out any products, that they protect us from that. So you absolutely can do that. Do not hesitate to reach out to your consultant to have her rematch you. So that is what I have on the foundations. A really quick, what did I do with it? Hold these. Okay. All right. So these are some of our fun brushes. This one is going to be our foundation brush for a powder foundation. And so it's more rounded. It gives you really great, dispenses the product really well. So it's kind of dip it in the lid, put it on a circular motion, and it gives you great even coverage, kind of like an airbrush look. I like to use mineral powder over the top of my foundations because I have really oily skin. I feel like it just gives me more coverage and protection throughout the day. Our liquid brush is really awesome. It's very unique because it doesn't look like the normal liquid brushes you would see out there for liquid foundation. It has more of this like angle to it. and it gives you more of like a medium to light coverage. The nice thing about the foundations is they are buildable, so you can apply them and then you can add more layers to get more coverage if you want to. But this one, these brushes, are able to use the technology that the company used to create them. You can use them with liquid, with powder, with cream, with any kind of like consistency makeup, and it works. So if you want to mix and match them and use them for different things, you absolutely can. But I love the shape of this. It gives you great application. And then this is the liquid brush was my like fave for a while, and then we came out with this guy. Sorry, I should have gotten these out of the box for you. Did not do that. Ooh. Okay, so this is our blending brush. This is like a mix between like the liquid brush and our blending sponge that we have, because it has like this oval shape and it's really like densely packed little bristles on here. And so it's really soft. It's the same. It feels like how soft these brushes are, but they're just really densely packed. There's like a bajillion little hairs in here. I think it was like 20,000 or something. Like it was crazy amount. But this gives you great application. So I love to use this to put my foundation primer on, and I love to use it for like my oil mattifier, and then I just put the foundation straight on the brush, and you just kind of start in the center and work your way out, and then just little strokes, and then you can kind of like buff it and like do it in a circular motion to kind of get it completely blended, but it goes on so nicely. I have another one that I actually use for my under eye corrector and my concealer, just because I love how well it blends. It's super amazing for that. And so what's really cool is that our foundation is so light. Like you don't feel like you have foundation on at all. Like you cannot feel it. Like it feels like there's nothing there. Nada. So you don't really need a heavier foundation for more coverage. You can change up your tools with your application to decide whether you want a little bit more of like a lighter coverage, or if you want a fuller coverage. You just change up the tools. You don't have to change up the foundation, which is really nice. So I'm obsessed with our beauty tools. Our makeup artist at the company did a really amazing job in putting these together. And then our blending sponge is a blending sponge. It's amazing. I don't think I can take it out of, I'm not gonna take it, I think it's sealed in here. So it's like a little, it's great, it has a little point to it. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah. So you put water, you get it wet and squeeze it out, and then it grows, and then it gives you like that soft application. You do want to get it wet because it is like the pores in it are meant to absorb that water so that it gets softer and bigger, so you are able to blend much easier than if you try to use it when it's more compact like this. So get it wet. People like feel like that's confusing to them, but that's how it works. You want to get it wet. So we do have an amazing brush cleaner that is great for just for cleaning it. You spray it on and you just wipe it on a paper towel really quick every morning, and then it cleans it for you. And then if you want to deep clean it, I like to use, we have our cleanser, our TimeWise cleanser. We actually have it in a bar, like soap form, and it comes in like a bar dish. And that is amazing for deep cleaning like foundation brushes. You can use it for all your brushes, but like it just really gets it all off of there. And I have super sensitive skin. So like a lot of brush cleaners or soaps or things like that don't do well with my skin. So I love that I'm using like my cleanser basically, but it just, the way it's formulated works the best for cleansing it. You could try, I haven't tried using this just because I've used the bar one forever and it's worked so well, because it's like, it's white, so I can see, like I keep doing it until there's like no more makeup. Like I don't see any makeup on the bar of soap anymore, and I'm like, okay, it's clean. So that's how you know that you've got it like super clean, like all of the in between the little bristles and the towards the like base of the brush and everything, because it's on a white soap bar. But all right, that is all I have for you today with our foundations. If you have any questions or you'd like to get matched to your perfect shade, please reach out to myself if I'm your consultant, or reach out to your beauty consultant and she would love to help you with that. So have a beautiful day.